But listen, before we jump in and I turn it over to Arn, we need to acknowledge the news that's really shaken the wrestling world. And that's the passing of Hulk Hogan. And it feels surreal, especially since last episode we were talking about Arn's wins over Hogan in February 1996. Arn and I were just talking about it this week, and it's just unbelievable that we had just talked about that. And we know many of you are going to have questions. We're going to handle them with the respect that he deserves, celebrating the legacy, not just the loss. And as always, just encourage you to use Super Chat. It's the best way to get your question on the show. So jump in. Arn, we already have some great questions coming in. I can't wait for tonight. Look forward to the conversation. We're looking forward to a good time together here in the virtual living room, as I call it. But Arn, buddy, since the last time we were together, this one hit hard. How are you doing? And what went through your mind when you heard about the news?
Well, anytime somebody dies that you know, it shakes you to your own mortality, wakes you up. You know, Hulk Hogan is one of those guys that you just thought would, live forever, just because of his status in the wrestling industry and the way we perceived him and the way fans perceived him and anybody that knew him perceived him. It was just like you just woke up one morning and sat up on the edge of the bed, and as you stood up, somebody hit you in the solar plexus. It's just really one of those things that's hard to digest, and I'm just happy to see. I wasn't friends with Hulk. We weren't on a personal relationship type deal. We were co-workers. I respected him for what he brought to the industry, and everyone that came after him benefited from him being in the business. That's for sure. He took it to a new level, and thoughts and prayers go out to his family. I know it's tough, and we all owe you one, Hulk. Let me just put it that way.
Well said, Arn. And again, just a very surreal, and can't believe that it just happened to be after we just were covering, your interaction and wrestling him twice, not once, but twice at Nitro. And here we are. And yeah, thoughts, prayers, the family. You think about the family, the close friends. I've seen Eric, practically in tears on his podcast, sharing thoughts on different TV stations and channels. I saw Brooke, posted some stuff on Instagram today, his daughter, and Nick, and obviously you think of those family members. So Dylan says, aren't any good Hogan stories outside of just working with him in the ring?
No, because we weren't together in any setting except at the building. And just that I was there when he was at his hottest, and the wrestling business in 88 was on fire. 88, 89, basically from 85 on. But, just being in the arena and seeing him come through the curtain when his music hit, it was up until that point. I mean, we had some great reactions. With Dusty would get incredible reactions. The Rock and Roll would get great, incredible reactions. Rick would get incredible. But just the deafening, one-sided reaction of the fans when Hogan's music would hit, it's like something I'd never seen before. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. The only one, my first match, card I ever went to, Arn, as a kid was 1986, Philadelphia. First one, Hogan, Orndorff, steel cage. But the second loudest memory is when Stone Cold was at his peak, and here in the arena pop.
And Rock, I would imagine.
Just nothing like it. Like when you're looking at your friend and you're trying to talk and you can't hear each other, that's when it's next level.
Yeah, I hear you.